Yeah, go ahead.
Pretty insane finish there. Talk me through your thoughts on the game.
Yeah, I spoke to a couple other coaches about playing against Taco, and but until you actually experience it, what it's like, it's totally different, and so caused a lot of foul trouble for us and made us play a little bit smaller at times and do some different things. But we weathered it to a point where both Marcus and Robbie closed out the game for us, and I thought Marcus's minutes start of the fourth, and he comes in, he's a +10 kind of in that little period, and we had a good fourth quarter. We needed to. We were down. They were playing really well. But yeah, big shots made down the stretch. Big shot from Mooney. Huge shot from CG to close out the game. So yeah, a bit of a wild night, but happy to walk out with a win.
Chris, if you're online.
Yeah, Chris, let me start with you. I mean, you've done a lot in your career, but the feeling to hit a game winner in a crucial game for your team, it must still be a feeling that's pretty hard to top, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, we've spoken so much about just trying to control what we can control and try and string some wins together. So I think as a group, we really needed and wanted this win. And, credit to New Zealand, they made it really tough on us at times. They play with great physicality. Taco's a handful, and then, you kind of go, all right, he's out of the game. And then Menenga comes in and is playing at a high level as well. So to be able to get the win is a feeling that, we're chasing. We want more of. We want more wins.
That's 2 wins now where you've won on the back of executing a play on an inbounds pass pretty much perfectly. Was that the play you were looking for, Chris? And after you set the screen for Jack to get the dunk against Sydney, were you happy to have the ball in your hands this time?
Yeah, it's one of those games of chess. Everyone scouts everyone so much. So that was the play this time. It worked out. But yeah, we got some great stuff out of bounds that, depending on the situation, we can go to.
In your mind, are you playing as well as you ever have right now? I mean, before you got injured, you were playing incredibly, and now you really found your groove again. Now that you've been back for a little while, is this as good as you've ever played in your mind?
I don't know. Just really, really focused on trying to get back to where we as a group were playing really good basketball together, and I think we've said it many times, it takes everyone. So it's nice to have individual performances. We've seen them throughout the year. Rob's had massive games, Shay's had massive games, Jack, all these guys. But for us to be where we want to be and go where we want to go, everyone needs to contribute.
Yeah, it did feel like the offense probably didn't find the groove that you're hoping for tonight, but it's nice to have a weapon like Chris to be able to give the ball to, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought we had great success playing at pace versus Sydney. Probably didn't quite generate enough tonight. Maybe that was because of a lot of fouls being called and a lot of stoppages and different things. But getting clean stops and being able to push and create easy ones is something that was a highlight of the Sydney game tonight. A bit more of a half court kind of grind out, and how do we screen different coverages. It's so different with Menenga and Taco in the screen. But yeah, I thought we point guards did a really good job of organising and making sure we're pretty well spaced, and CG was obviously a massive target for us all game. And I thought times that he gave it up as well. Shilly gets in the lane and we get a layup, and how Delhi manipulated some plays down the stretch to drive at him and get him free. So I thought other guys did a really good job of making sure that he found clean looks tonight.
Above everything else, do you just feel relieved to get this win? This was a big one for you to get, because if you lose this, you go right back to the pack. Do you just feel relieved to walk out of here with the win?
Yeah, there's obviously relief and emotion. Super happy about finding a way to win, and we hadn't made shots for our last few games. We do make 13 threes tonight. We just need to space that out with, a few more people where we can contribute a little bit more. We hadn't shot our free throws well for a little while. We go 14 to 14 from the line, so we take care of the basketball. We only had 7 turnovers, and so there was a lot of things to really like about getting the win. With all the things going on with the scoreboard, everything that was wild tonight. The boys were great at halftime. Just kept their head, stayed composed, and found a way to close it out in the fourth.
One of the big things that your reputation is as a coach is, if you talk to anyone across the league, that your team is so well drilled, so you execute so well, and you've got players to call upon that win you games. How satisfying is it for you to have now won these last 2 games on last possession plays on an inbounds pass?
Yeah, certainly something from last year's review against Tasmania to say, we've got to be better in the last 2 minutes of the game. We'll go back and review it and say, should we had fouls to give? Should we have, fouled before Mooney could get a 3 up? I think there's certainly a case for us to, to get that part done. And so, still things to be better, but, executing and closing out games and doing what we've done, drawn up on the whiteboard, pleasing.
What did you think of how you handled Taco? I mean, in the end, both Rob and Marcus obviously battled foul trouble, which hindered them, but at the same time, it didn't feel like Taco had a big influence on the game. How did you sort of end up seeing it?
Yeah, interesting one. We probably kept him to a total, lower than a lot of other teams. But it's the 10 fouls drawn. It's the, where's your help going to come from on every possession? Is it coming from behind? Is it coming in front? Making sure you're not leaving, shooters and having too much focus on it. So, I was pretty pleased with, how we did overall, but it just feels, totally different coaching it and in the moment about the impact and the influence that he's having on the game with out it being, crazy numbers on the board as well. So, it's a really interesting one to coach.
At this point in your career, Chris, it's hard to find things that are new, but what was the experience like sharing the court out there with somebody as big as Taco?
Yeah, obviously played against some big guys before. That's probably the one in our league that's, you say he didn't have much of an impact, but it impacted our game plan immensely defensively. We really had to worry about it and have 2 completely different schemes almost between him and Menenga. So, it was a unique experience.
Dean, the big games keep coming. The Hawks now, you head to Wollongong to another big game. What are your early thoughts on that one?
Yeah, we had success up there earlier in the year. I thought it was one of our, really great road wins so far this year, playing up there. And so, we'll walk in with confidence. We know how well they're playing, and we get a chance to watch them now as they're playing against Adelaide, and which is going to be a really good battle. The best team in the league. They've proven it for a reason, and they're trying to lock up a series against us. They're trying to lock up top spot. These games are worth a lot, and we absolutely look forward to the challenge of going to play them.
Very good. Thank you very much, guys.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Thank you.